March 2nd marks the day of a great legend's birth, a man who continues to spread great joy and mirth. Dr. Seuss is his name, as everyone knows, so tonight we attempt to rhyme this whole show. We begin with the playoffs on the high school hard court, Sturgis against Stevens in the basketball sport. Dallas Richter rallying his Lady Raider Troopers as they took on Jordan Profrock and the Sturgis Lady Scoopers. Second quarter Raiders on the attack. Caitlin King misses the three, but Marissa Herkett gets it back. She'll finish it strong as she's done many times before, putting her team up by 24. The Raiders running their offense, getting down and dirty. This one goes to Alexis Marcico, who wears number 30. Stevens makes his presence felt from outside. Hannah Vanderwerf sends the ball for a ride. The triple is good, extending the lead. The Raiders getting exactly what they need. But Stevens was far from the end of this thing. Herkett to Taylor Molstad for three from the wing. Stevens finds itself in basketball heaven as they get the win, 66-27. Spearfish and Central gave each other no reason to laugh. We picked this one up early in the second half. Ricky Anguser comes out strong, letting it fly. She'll rattle it home with the jumper she tried. Later, it's Anguser showing off the big gun to Ashton Burdett. She would hit on the run. Burdett delivers with a basket and foul. The Lady Spartans were definitely out on the prowl. But the Central girls had no plans to stop trying. With the three-pointer was Carly O'Brien. The Cobblers would use their range to stay in the game. O'Brien to Abby Johnson, who would make it rain. Her shot would count for a big Cobbler three, but the Spartans would not let it be. Spearfish running the floor on their way back. Anguser with a nice feed to Michaela Cermak. Spearfish would take this one all of the way, advancing in the tournament of District 4 AA. To the boys' game, we shift as I think that we should. District 14B with Edgemont heading to New Underwood. Tigers were running with big Brandon Cook. He'll pick up two for the pull-up he took. Edgemont responds, trying to get hot. Lathan Stevens launches from near the parking lot. The Tigers showing their offense is finer, countering with a three ball from senior Jet Finkbeiner. The Tigers go inside with some beautiful passing. Cook to Finkbeiner to the rim. He goes crashing. The Moguls refuse to go quietly into the night. Stevens with another long three. That kid's out of sight. The Moguls back to work, showing they were not through. Kyle Litzel to Malachi Rayafor on the baseline for two. The Tigers would continue the press. Cook gets the rebound, taking care of the rest. The basket and foul help the Tigers survive as they take the contest 81-35. Through other scores, let us now fly. Taking on Ulrichs, the Wall Eagles survive. To Hill City and Custer in Region 8A, the Wildcats win in the Wildcat way. In Hot Springs, the Bison were the big pick, topping Belle Fourche 72-46. Todd County moves on, ending Pine Ridge's season. A 15-point win was the major reason. St. Francis advances, as you have now seen, topping Bennett County by a difference of 19. In 16B, Bison and Newell locked up their horns. In the end, the Irrigators weather the storm. Finally, it's Lemon with a win that can't be ignored, topping Takini on the scoreboard. We're not quite finished with our rhyming ways as we take a look back at the best sporting plays. Sit back and enjoy the best of the best as we bring you the segment we call the Fox's Finest.
We get things started with Hill City and St. Thomas More. Last week there were big blocks we couldn't ignore. Isabella Montero tries to streak to the rack, but Sammy Woodward would have none of that. All through the game the Lady Rangers would fight, but the Lady Cavaliers would win at the end of the night. Out to New Underwood for a catfight of sorts, the Tigers and Tigers squaring off on the court. Autumn Cogdill makes her move to the bucket, but Jacinda Blacksmith will have no part of it. She'll get the block and a rebound that's fine, but New Underwood picks up the win by just 9. Off to the Rush and their Dr. Seuss evening with thing-labeled jerseys, a win they were feeling. Cody Ferrio feeding Jesse Schultz by himself, and Schultz delivers by finding the top shelf. The Rush would give their fans more reasons to freak, grabbing the 6-2 win. What a feat. Off to the mats and state wrestling time. Area grapplers with matches sublime. Spearfish's Rand Sivertson goes to work in the championship match. To Tanner Brangel's leg, Sivertson would latch. The Spartan gets 2 on his Sturgis Scooper opponent. With a 5-4 win, Sivertson would savor the moment. The Spartan claims the title at 132. To our other area champions, congratulations to you. Friday, the Rush found themselves in a state trailing 5-3 to Tulsa in the third period late. But with a performance nearly beyond your belief, with 2 goals in less than a minute, was Winston Day Chief. In overtime, the Tulsa Oilers would catch the last break, but a 6-5 win is what it would take. Finally, we head back to the basketball stage. St. Thomas More and Belfouche and their basketball ways. Adam Baker gets it started as the play would unfold. Matthew Eastmo with the sight to behold. Sends up the pass, and who would have thunk? Back over to Baker for the alley-oop dunk. The Cavaliers chalk up one final win before the boys' playoffs are set to begin.